Imagine a bird with strong wings, but constantly questioning if it deserves the sky. And that's how many women live, doubting their worth, seeking validations, carrying guilt. But what if the only permission we needed was our own? And do you know when will you be able to give yourself that permission? When will you allow yourself to do everything you wanted to do? Well, at the cost of sounding highly cliche, you will do that only when you have a huge amount of self love for yourself. And why is self love so important? Self love isn't just about self care Sundays or bubble baths. It's about knowing you are enough just as you are. And I know I'm not alone when I'm sharing these stories with you today. This is our story. And we need to bring that change, deep rooted change in our neurosystem to create new beliefs and new values. So let me share a CHRO's dilemma with you, who was my client. She is a high achieving CHRO, leading teams, excelling at work, but every day she carries the silent burden of guilt. The guilt of imperfection killed her every moment. I feel like a bad mother. I should be more present. She measures her worth, but by what she isn't doing rather than all that she is. But who decided success means sacrificing yourself? Or why do we believe that being the great leader and the great mother can't coexist? By the way, why do we need to be great in everything? Don't we all carry a false definition of success? Another client is fighting the battle of recognition. She co founded a company with her spouse, handling operations, HR, culture. She is a silent co partner. 12 years of dedication. And yet, she says it's his company and not mine. He makes financial decisions, represents the company in front of clients. She works tirelessly behind the scenes, at the office, at home, yet she questions, do I even matter? The feeling of being invisible has taken away her own identity. We tell ourselves, if I step back, will they notice? If I stop giving, will I still be valued? But the real question is, do we notice our own worth? Do we? So I invite you all to fly. FLY. First, love yourself. Fly isn't about ignoring responsibilities. It's about knowing that loving yourself fuels everything else. And let me share my own journey. There was a time I believed my worth was tied to how much I did for others. I kept giving, stretching myself thin, and thinking that was the only way to be valuable until I realized I had nothing left to give because I wasn't giving to myself. The moment I chose myself, the world around me changed. And choosing myself didn't mean neglecting others. It meant creating boundaries, acknowledging my worth, and giving myself grace. And when I did that, I didn't just feel lighter, I felt stronger. So, my dear friends, it's time to break the chains. No more guilt for choosing yourself. No more waiting for the permission to be who you are. The only thing you need is your own permission to be just a human being. And let's rewrite the narrative. What if the CHRO could say, I'm a leader and a mother, and I really don't need to be great anywhere or everywhere. I'm just a human being and I'm trying my best. Aren't we all trying our best? What if the co-founder said that this is my success too? This is the high time when we have to own and take responsibility of our own success. But my dear friends, um, the self-love doesn't happen one fine day. You don't wake up suddenly saying that I love myself. It starts with small intentional action. The very first is speak to yourself with kindness. Would you talk to your best friend the way you talk to yourself? We are so harsh with ourselves sometimes, isn't it? Second, set boundaries without guilt. Saying no is an art. It's not selfish. it's self-respect. So protect your time, your energy, and your peace. Third, celebrate yourself. Yes, we often wait for external validations. Take a moment each day to acknowledge your wins, big or small, because you are already enough. I'm celebrating myself every single day. I'm turning 50 and buying gifts and flowers for myself because that's my responsibility to make myself happy. Last but not the least, make time for yourself. Self care is not indulgence. Self care is about refueling so you can keep showing up powerfully. And my dear friends, when you choose to fly, transformation happens. Guilt turns into peace. Doubt turns into confidence. And seeking approval turns into self trust. When you fly, you don't just rise, you lift others too. And it's my mission as a coach to work with powerful persons who need to see their own power. I help them break free and fly. You were never meant to crawl, you were built to fly. So, first, love yourself, and everything else will follow. Now, here is my invitation to everyone listening to me today. If this resonates with you or someone you know, let's talk, let's connect. Because self love isn't a luxury, it's your starting point. Let's work on it together. All the very best, and thank you.